What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another brand new tier list. Today is probably going to be a short one, not gonna lie. We're going to be doing Harry Potter movies, not including the Fantastic Beasts movies because I haven't seen them and I'm assuming they're garbage from what I've seen about reviews. I grew up with the original Harry Potter movies. I absolutely love them all. There is a garbage tier. None of them are going to be in it, realistically. To be honest, I'm actually going to struggle to separate them. I've just loved them all, to be honest. Like, over here in the UK, they're on ITV and ITV2 non-stop. And every time they're on, it's like, oh, put that on. Like, there's not even a doubt. It's like up there with Home Alone in this country for if it's on, I'm watching it. So, we're going to get on into it. I've moved them all in the order about when they came out. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone are, depending where you are in the world, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. In the UK it was Philosopher's, so that's what I'm going off. Like, I seen this in the cinema. Like, I remember taking my younger cousin to the cinema to see it, and he literally stood up and started clapping in the cinema when Gryffindor won the House Cup. Spoiler alert on that. I just remember it was a fantastic movie. It was the first movie I'd ever been to that had an intermission in the cinema. I did not like that. I just get the movie over and done with. It's gotta be S tier. If this movie didn't do well, I think they would have just scrapped this. Like, committing to an 8 movie deal, or it might not even have been committing to 8 movies at that time, because I know J.K. Rowling hadn't finished the whole series yet in books, so maybe they didn't know what they were committing to, but they knew it was a lot of movies. So if this didn't do well, like, and wasn't good, like, there might not even be a franchise. There might not even be a theme park areas in Orlando and all, and California. So I am glad it did well. I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorites, and I think it's just incredible. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Obviously, the introduction of Dobby. We all love Dobby. Dobby is a free elf. It's obviously got the scene. Master gave Dobby a sock. Stuff like that. It's an A. It's not as good as the first one, I don't think. It's all the whole Tom Riddle stuff. Tom Riddle's diary is all really drawn out. I'm bored of it by the end. Harry just soloing an entire big massive basilisk. Like, come on, like, he's still a kid. He's like, 12 years old in this. He can't solo everything. I don't care what anybody says. I do think all the main, I think, see, and I will say about the first one as well, Harry, Ron, Hermione, I think the acting can be quite cheesy sometimes, especially from the likes of Draco Malfoy. I think it can be a bit cheesy sometimes, but that adds to the charm of they are kids. A lot of them, that was their first jobs, and I think it added to it. The acting did start to get better in Chamber of Secrets, but I don't think the story was as strong. I think it's probably one of the weaker books as well. But we move. Prisoner of Azkaban, in my opinion, it's S tier. I love Prisoner of Azkaban. I absolutely love it. The whole thing, Gary Oldman being introduced to Sirius Black, I think is fantastic. Remus Wolfen, is it? The werewolf professor. His name's not Wolfen, is it? I just associated that because he's a werewolf. Obviously he's fantastic as well. Snape with the whole, like, he's following them and then all of a sudden he's protecting them. Would love to see that, and obviously give a hint as well, Snape's future in the series. Harry being the one that conjured the Patronus, the time travel aspect that we didn't even realise were like events in the film that were a bit strange, was actually Hermione doing it the whole time. I thought it was fantastic, very well crafted, and probably one of the stronger ones in the series. I think who died in it, but the big tarantula died, which was also a bonus because I did not like that goddamn spider. But we move. Goblet of Fire, I'm going to put it at B. Weakest one so far. I didn't like a lot of the characters from the other schools. I didn't like Victor Crumb. To be fair, Ron wasn't making moves on Hermione anyway. It was completely his fault. But Hermione just going with, like, the first guy she sees from another school, grew up Hermione. Didn't like any of that. The whole thing about the bit of the tournament where they're at the lake and all the competitors are underwater, obviously. The fact that like everybody above the lake just stood there for an hour just looking at plain water with not knowing what's going on underneath. Couldn't have had some magical underwater cameras, no. But everybody acting excited to think like they know what's going on, no. Obviously it's where Voldemort comes back into it. Ralph Fiennes that does a fantastic job. Obviously the Cedric Diggory murder, that was a very big deal back when I first watched it. I couldn't actually believe Harry Potter killed off a character right in front of you, but it was a bit of a convenience that they introduced that like a main recurring character in the same movie that they killed him. Like it was always going to happen. Let's be honest. I can't remember which movie introduces Luna Lovegood. I think it's actually, what do you call this one? Order of the Phoenix. So that's an A. Or Luna Lovegood is probably my favourite character in the Harry Potter movies. I think just her personality is fantastic. Obviously she's like Harry, she can see dead things. I actually thought, because of I still don't think the final books were out by that point. I actually thought her and Hermione were her and Harry were going to end up together at that point. But I think she ended up with Neville Longbottom. I'm not 100% sure. But Order of the Phoenix is a fantastic movie. Obviously it's got a little bit of espionage into it. They're trying to build a secret society so they can defend against Voldemort, because the Ministry of Magic doesn't even want to believe them. I think this is the one with the big battle as well. Yes, the big battle at the Ministry of Magic between Dumbledore and Voldemort. Fantastic battle. I mean, I was tempted to put an S tier just for that alone. I thought it was fantastic. Very well done. Very well choreographed. Effects are getting top notch by this point. All the actors and actresses are coming into their own. And it was amazing. Right, Half-Blood Prince. Half-Blood Prince has to be S tier. See, when you first watched it, like I stopped reading the books at this point. So when Snape killed Dumbledore, I just couldn't believe it. This is like, what? How dare you? He trusted you. So I couldn't believe that they had that. Obviously they were building up the Draco, doing it the whole time, and then Snape is the one that does it. Obviously you've got the scene where Dumbledore is drinking the water. It's making him go through pain and forget. Just so he can get one of the Horcruxes. Very emotional scenes. Snape being revealed as the Half-Blood Prince was a pretty badass reveal, I'm not going to lie. And Alan Rickman was just unbelievable in every single movie. It did not matter which one it was. I'm glad his character got his redemption, to be honest. Not even redemption, he was just doing what he was told. But definitely, for those moments alone, S tier. I think this is the poster for Deathly Hallows Part 1. Deathly Hallows Part 1... I'm trying to see because both movies take place. Like, it's basically one movie split into two. I can't remember which events take place in which movie. I think A for Deathly Hallows Part 1. Far too much searching for Horcruxes and not enough happening. Like, I think it's actually Deathly Hallows Part 2 that all that takes place, but I'm gonna give it a different tier anyway. But I think this one has the Battle of Gringotts, and then just a lot of walking around, basically walking around the countryside. They don't know how to find Horcruxes. Ron and Harry fall out, obviously. But it's not that good. I might actually put it in B. I thought it was quite underwhelming. Obviously, we learned the backstory about the three. What do you call it? It's like the triangle of three pillars of death. The Deathly Hallows. That's what it's called. We obviously learn about the Elder Wand. We learn about the Invisibility Cloak, which Harry already has, and we learn about what's the other one? Yeah, I forget the other one. But we learn about that. We learn that Dumbledore was buried with the Elder Wand, which Voldemort obviously sneaks and grave digs and takes. But overall, I'm gonna just keep it in B. It was a good setup for what was gonna come. Deathly Hallows Part 2 is an S tier movie for sure. It also has a lot of walking around at the start, trying to find a couple of Horcruxes. Obviously, the movie starts off with like everybody very somber. The good side of the magic. I was going to say good side of the Force there. I thought it was Star Wars. it's been getting its ass handed to it essentially over the past couple of months. Loads of witches and wizards are dead, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione can't even find any Horcruxes or work out how to find any. But that final battle alone is worth the price of admission. It's unbelievable. The fake out death with Harry, we all knew he wasn't dead anyway, where he jumps out. Battle with Voldemort, the amount of deaths as well. But one of the twins passes away. I think it's George passes away. I liked Neville Longbottom being the hero, like not summoning the Sword of Gryffindor, but appearing for him because he needed it the most. I liked that Voldemort just dusted away Thanos style. I just think it's a brilliant movie. I was one of the very few that actually enjoyed the bit, the fast forward at the end where it showed you all the characters aged up, because usually them things can look really cheesy. Like usually the characters don't even look like they're older, but they really did a great job with makeup. So that is a fantastic movie in my opinion. It's probably no, I'm gonna keep it number 4. I think because of the start it brings it down, but the battle saved it and brought it to S tier. I don't think this is the best one. My personal favourite is probably Prisoner of Azkaban, if I'm being honest. I would put Half-Blood Prince above the original as well. That probably is my list. Chamber of Secrets would be above that one. And yeah, that's probably I'd say that's the weakest, to be honest. Yeah, Goblet of Fire is the weakest. That's my list, guys. Remember, it's just my list. Please don't get angry about it. But if you do, I don't really care. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I don't care if you get angry. I'll still reply to you. We'll still have a conversation, but I don't care. Make sure to swish and flick that like button. Yes, I did just say that. Make sure to comment and subscribe. That would be fantastic if you could. And I shall see you on the next one.